He's a transgender activist, Jeffrey Marsh. He's gone viral. I think he thinks he's a woman, or he thinks that he's neither a man nor a woman, but he dresses sort of like a woman. Jeffrey Marsh has gone viral with a TikTok addressed specifically to little boys and girls, in which he makes the argument that there is no such thing as boys and girls.
Hi kids, there's no such thing as a boy or a girl, and I can prove it. So gather around the family, the parents, everybody, answer my questions. You either say boys or girls. Who's usually taller? Oh, boys? Okay, but you've met some short boys, right? You met some tall girls. So usually boys are taller, but not always. Okay, who likes the color pink? Girls? Okay, but you've met girls who don't like pink. And you met boys who do like pink, so usually girls like pink, but not always. Everything you can think of that makes a boy or makes a girl is usually, but not always. And some of them are not even usually. Where does that leave you? Free. You get to like what you like. You get to be who you are. Maybe you're even like me, and you're not a boy or a girl.
So obviously a very confused man and a very creepy man, and he should not be allowed within 300 yards of children. But his argument is not coherent either. His argument is ultimately self-defeating. It's a nice bookend of the show. You open up with John Fetterman and Joe Biden, you end with this guy. I'm not sure who the least coherent one is. The reason his argument is self-undermining is not because he's wrong about the color pink. He's right about that. Some boys like pink, some girls don't like pink. It's not because he's wrong about height. It's true, there are some short boys and there are some tall girls. That's all true. The reason his argument is self-undermining is because he addresses it to boys and girls. And he doesn't just say, hey, boys and girls, I'm going to show you that there's no such thing as boys and girls. But, because that could be sort of ironic or with a little wink and a tongue in cheek. It's the fact that throughout the whole argument, the argument relies on the categories of boys and girls. The very fact that he says there are some short boys and there are some tall girls presumes that there are boys and girls. The very fact that he says some boys like pink and some girls don't like pink presumes that there are boys and girls. The very fact that these people refer to trans women as a distinct category from women shows you that there is a distinction between the boys who think that they're women, that call themselves trans women, and the girls who think that they're men, who call themselves trans men, and boys and girls are different. The very fact that there are these ontological categories. The libs are right that there is such a thing as gender expression. Of course there is. But the thing they can't get away from is that ontological reality that there are boys and girls. And even if a boy likes pink, and even if a boy is a little bit short, and even if a little boy likes to play with Barbies or has the sort of disordered sexual desires that guy has, they remain boys and girls. Because if they didn't, then his argument wouldn't mean anything, right? The entire point he's trying to make relies on the very existence of boys and girls and then denying and transgressing that thing that we all know, that we all can see before our very eyes. It's a very shallow argument that he's making, but it's an argument that cannot be made, because if we even have meaningful language, then there's no way to even refer to the things that he's referring to without granting the very existence of boys and girls that he's trying to deny. It cannot happen. You can't run away from this reality. And it's a problem, you see it in its absolute extreme absurdity on the transgender argument, but it's on basically every big claim that the Democrats are making leading into the midterm elections. They're making arguments that just are not resonating, and they're not resonating because they're incoherent. Their argument on energy, we have to shut down American energy because American energy is really bad because it's destroying the environment. But that's destroying the economy and it's causing record inflation, so we need to convince Saudi Arabia to produce more energy. And we've got to sanction Russia so he stops the war in Ukraine so that we get more energy and so that the global oil prices go down. But oil's bad. But oil's bad in America, but it's not bad overseas. Doesn't make sense. It's where you get John Fetterman on the stage and he says, I support fracking. But previously you said you oppose fracking. Yeah, I support fracking. There's just no answer for the Democrats on any of these issues. We have to shut the country down. It's important. COVID's going to kill us all. We have to keep the schools closed. I never said the schools should be closed. I never said that COVID was that bad. The Fauci ouchie, it's totally safe and totally effective. No, I never said that the Fauci ouchie was totally safe and effective. No, they've run out of arguments. And the people know it. And unless they steal this thing, the people are going to tell them very clearly on Election Day. You know, the rest of the show is continuing now. You do not want to miss it. This is Woke Wednesday. My producer, Ben Davies, has lined up an extremely woke PSA. That's really all he's told me about it from Forbes. You don't want to miss it. If you are not a member, click the link in the description and join us.